Okay, Sharon, I have a lot to unpack on this episode for my recent trip. I can't wait to tell you.
And we have a great giveaway from Southampton Inn, so listen in.
Welcome back. I'm back.
She's back.
Welcome back to the Long Island Tea, where we spill the tea on living your best Long Island life. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Sharon. Welcome back to you,
Thank
Miss
you.
World Traveler.
Yeah. Impromptu trip to France.
Yeah,
as one does. Never. But yes, it was very exciting. And I'm glad to be back. It's been a crazy, not an easy landing, pun intended.
Yeah.
So Sharon, I kind of already know the question to this.
You know the answer?
Let me tell you, whatever wonderful energy that Catherine Canadeo had vibing with your Zen, that's history. How you doing, Sharon?
I've been better.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, I'm good. Everything's good. I tried really hard to stay,
Yeah.
negative.
Well, I just outed you. I'm like, Sharon's in a bad mood. Everybody, usually
I have
it's
to
me.
say, I woke up like this. This is just one of those.
I should read your horoscope.
I know. I didn't read mine either.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I read mine and it was weird. But
Okay.
all right. Well, we'll try to lighten it up.
Yeah.
How's that? We'll get you in a good mood before we leave. And we're going to try and keep it pretty tight today because we're going on a staff outing today.
It's perfect weather and he's so adorable. I saw him at our event last week and I'm like, everybody's coming, bro. Get ready.
He's so funny. He is just personifies Long Island. He's like, hey, yo, we're going to go on a tiki boat. Here we go.
We're going to go out on the water. It's going to be a good time.
We're going to have we're going to have a good time. No, I love him. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
So follow our social and you can see probably pictures of it. I'm sure there will be TikToks of the team having a good time. But I love it when the fun committee on our team does stuff like this.
I know.
We're going out. We're doing stuff. We're taking advantage of this beautiful weather. So Sharon, I want to tell you about my trip that I went on, but real quick, I want to just reheat you and Catherine Canadeo. Amazing.
She's so amazing, isn't she?
Okay, I just told her on LinkedIn, I'm like, I learned so much.
Yeah.
It's like this tsunami of information. I'm like, the what on the bottom of my feet and the nerves do this and the whatever.
Let me ask you this.
Funny. You're like, you should eat peanut butter. She's like, nope.
Yeah, she's like, that's a personal opinion. And I was like, yeah, okay. But if you watched it on YouTube, Michael did show the study. He clipped. He did.
He had your back.
Yeah,
he had
my back.
Well, I've been saying that forever. I said that a zillion years ago in a study. I'm like, the reason there's peanut allergies is because when women were this study came out that said don't eat peanuts while you're pregnant. This is why, listen, I ate all the things and drank all the things while I was pregnant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not drink all the things, but I mean, everything in moderation.
Absolutely.
But the problem is that people cut things out of their diet and then
it becomes
right.
Yeah.
And not that you should, you should tell, she's right. You should be healthy. You should eat all the things in the perimeter. I was thinking about that. I was going to bring an apple.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Did you go through your cabinets? Because I literally after we had that conversation, it was like one of those.
I thought about it though.
Going through everything, the refrigerator drawer.
You're like, get rid of this stuff.
Like, stop.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat everything organic.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
I like to say I will.
Well, and that's the other thing I really love about Catherine, though, is that she is all about balance. And she's like, have the wine, have the chocolate, be happy. And when you're happy and you have good energy, Sharon.
Yes.
Maybe this is why you're grumpy. Did you cut things out of your cabinet?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. No, just you need to go get some peanut butter in your system.
Yeah, exactly.
Or something.
But I loved her just stepping outside every morning and
oh my
soaking
God!
up
But then
that
I was
sun.
like,
I was like, yes.
You look at. Are you supposed to look directly at the sun?
I don't know.
I had questions there. I got to talk to Catherine. I love her though. She is so zen and she is such a great. She's just so positive. So I loved hearing you guys.
Oh yeah, we had a good time.
I was cracking up at the bicycle story. I love it. It's fun to not be on every now and then and get to participate as a listener. But I was not on last week because I decided to go to France, as you know, from if you listened to a few episodes ago. Kenzie, my oldest, who's 19, turning 20 next month, was on a study abroad in the south of France. Because why? Just
why not
live your best life?
Yeah,
I don't know. I never did that. But cheers to her, and she's welcome. But no, she actually got a great scholarship. She had to really work hard to get a scholarship to go on this program. So I was really proud of her. And she was in this place right outside of Marseille, and it's called Aix-en-Provence, AIX. I'd never heard of it. Everyone calls it X. And obviously it's the home of rosé.
Yes.
It's also known as the nose of France because, oh man, I brought you a souvenir. I just forgot. Oh. I'm like, I was unpacking my suitcase yesterday. Oh, I'll have to tell you that too. So, I was like, I just remembered. But it's known as because it's the home of all the perfumeries, and it's known for they make soaps and everything right there because of all the flowers that grow right there and the lavender fields. It's amazing.
Sounds beautiful.
It's beautiful.
I have to say, I was waiting for more pictures from you.
I know.
You guys really
I was
didn't post
not,
that much.
doing much on social. I was
enjoying.
So let me tell you, it's a whirlwind trip.
Yeah.
I decided to go at the last minute because Kinsey had missed her flights on the way there and was having PTSD about traveling home on her own. So she's like, all the other moms are coming to bring their daughters home. I'm like, look, so she was guilting me, but I fell right for it. I was like, you know what? And then I think I told you, I saw our friend from Moxie, and she was like, look, she's turning 20. You have a small window. Right. You should go. And I'm like, you know what? I should. And I'm glad I did. Yeah. I really am glad.
Those are memories that you're both going to have.
Yeah.
Forever.
But I had very limited time because I only, I was leaving on Wednesday night. You get there by the time I got there, Thursday around noon. Right. So I had half day and then one Friday. And then we were leaving on Saturday to go to Reims, which is the Champagne district. And then like half a day, let's see, then we left there to go. So anyway, half a day in Paris. Reims. By the way, no one said it like that. So I was like, I think the martinis did me dirty.
They did you dirty. Oh, that's funny.
But anyway, it was like 4 nights. Okay. Which is in Europe not that long. Right. By the time you get there and all that. So I was leaving on Wednesday. My flight was at 4:30. And so I leave, when you fly out of JFK, I left my house at like 12:30. Plenty of time, check my baggage in. I'm there like loads of time early. I go to the Delta Lounge because I had a couple of work calls that I needed to do. Right. So I'm just like enjoying my time at the Delta Lounge, but my calls went long. So I'm like, I gotta go because I gotta go straight to the gate. The plane's boarding. And I have this thing. I when I travel, I'm like a food hoarder for some reason. I always have like Cheez-Its. Catherine Canadeo would not approve.
Turkey sandwiches.
But I do. I like save the airplane and airport food, and I just like stash it in case. I have like 14 things of pistachios and almonds in my backpack at any given time. I don't know why. I never eat them.
You buy them, and
I buy them, and I just take them on trips. But I also have a big thing of water because I have like this fear of being somewhere and not having food or water. Okay, being like stranded. Okay, it's kind of weird. But I was like, I was upgraded to Comfort Plus on an international flight. So I'm like, I was running late to get to the plane. I mean, it was boarding, so it's fine. So I boarded, and I'm like, you know what? I didn't get my water or my Cheez-Its because I'm like, I'm in Comfort Plus.
Yeah, I'll get something.
They will probably greet you with water. It'll be lovely. There was no greeting with water in the Comfort Plus. Apparently, that's a first class thing. I don't know. So I'm like, okay, dying of thirst. I'm like immediately texting my family, like, I have no water and I'm on a plane and I can't get off the plane now. And it's still boarding. And I'm like, I'm super thirsty right now. Fine. So then the plane is, I'm like, and Kinsey's like, as soon as it takes off, everyone's texting. They'll serve you. That's great. Perfect. So we get to the tarmac and we're waiting. They're like, we're fifth in line. Great. We're waiting. I'm like, okay, captain comes on.
Oh, no.
While we were waiting, something happened with our right engine. Oh, no. And it's no longer syncing with the plane.
Oh, my gosh.
So we're going to have to go back to the gate. So this has been like 30, 45 minutes now, right? Back to the gate. I'm like, to fix the engine, to sync it, should take no longer than 15 minutes at the gate. Okay. I had like a 3-hour connection, a 3-hour layover in Amsterdam for my connection. And I'm like, okay. We go, then we sit there for another half hour. Still no water. I'm texting family. In case it's now been over an hour.
Mouth is severely dry.
Zero water, like not even a drop of anything to drink. And I'm freaking out. God. And so then the captain comes on. Well, people, I'm sorry to say, there's no gate for us because someone's occupied it. So now they're going to move us to some maintenance yard.
Oh,
okay.
No
We're
way.
parking in some maintenance yard. We should only be there 15 minutes. Great. So then we go to the maintenance yard. We're sitting there. The flight attendant comes on and she's like, look, I know people are wanting water. It's been an hour and a half since we've been on the tarmac. At 2 hours, we're forced to serve water, but I don't want to start the service because, and then we'll be done and we'll be stuck here.
Right,
You know,
if we take off,
right.
yeah.
And so we want to take off. So if we can just find out what's happening, but if we reach the 2 hour mark, we'll have to give water. So I'm like, 2 hours. Okay. No water. I'm like, the one time I don't have the
gigantic
thing.
Yeah.
I'm always that person. And I'm like, amazing. So then we're sitting there for like almost, so the 2 hour mark hits and she's like, okay, we're going to start serving water, blah, blah, blah. So then the captain comes on. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry, I have bad news. It's not going to take 15 minutes. Now there's two mechanics. They think it should take about an hour.
Oh my gosh.
To find out what's wrong with the engine and fix it. So because of the time it's going to take so long and it's been 2 hours, we're giving you the option to step off the plane, to leave the plane if you don't want to stay on this flight. In the maintenance yard.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm like, immediately no. I am getting off this plane.
Yeah. Heck yeah. If there's something wrong with the engine, I'm done. Bye-bye.
Plus, first if it's 15 minutes, then it's going to be an hour. I'm like,
it's going to be 6 hours
I
later.
get on my beep, 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 Delta Platinum, call my number. Hello, I'm on a plane.
Yeah.
I need to get off. They're saying we can get off. There's a 7:30 flight. It's 6:30 now. It's 2 hours, right? I'm supposed to leave before that. It's 6:30. There's a 7:30 flight leaving. It goes through Paris instead. I'm like, can you book me on it?
Yeah.
Yes, you'll be in row 50. Whatever.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay, fine. But now I'm in a maintenance yard. So I get up. I'm like, get my stuff. My luggage is on this plane, mind you. My luggage is already checked on this plane.
Yes.
You're probably not going to get your luggage. I'm like, because I can't not make it on this. I only have 4 nights.
You have a short time frame,
So
short
I'm like,
window.
I'm leaving. I'm just going to get there and
Buy
I'll figure
something in Paris.
Right. They have
It's fine.
stores, turns out. And so I go up and they were like, they have to scan. So the lady loved her. She's like, I'm going to stay on the phone with you because they have to scan you off the flight before you have a seat. Your
Right.
seat is saved. And she sent me a little thing, but you're not confirmed until because you're still on this flight.
Right.
So I'm like, can you scan me off? And they were like, it was complete mayhem in the galley area.
Yes.
And because no one knew what to do. And they were like, well, yes, but we can't, I don't know what you say, scan. We can't do that. I don't know who's telling you that. So long story long, only three of us get off at that time. There's a shuttle bus waiting.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, I got a 7:30. So I got to go. It's boarding now.
Yeah.
And so luckily the shuttle bus drops you right at the gate, which
Okay.
was perfect, literally right there. So they're like, you're going to be fine. And so they took off with just 3 of us on board. Everybody else was staying on. I'm like,
Amazing.
I don't know what you're doing.
Right.
Okay. I'm gone.
Yeah.
So I get up, then I go to the, like, hi, and thank God the ladies, I'm like, I'm leaving the shuttle right now. I'm on the shuttle. Just stay with me. The lady's on the phone for like 25 minutes or whatever. So then I go to the gate and they're like, we don't know what you're talking about. You're not on this flight. I'm like, I am on this flight. And so then it was a whole ordeal. They were yelling, like figuring it out. And the poor people behind the gate, they're trying to board their plane.
Right.
And I'm that person like, hi, I know you've got 1,000 people to board here, but
Right.
I need to be on this plane.
Right.
Fine. They get me on the plane, row 50. I'm like, here I am. 3 hours later, no water.
Still.
I didn't have time at the airport to grab water. So I had to like run to the gate and I just wanted to get on the plane. Perfect. It's leaving at 7:30. I'm like, here we go. I made it. Wonderful. I'll figure it out. And so I'm tracking the other plane because I want to know now.
Yeah. What happened? Where'd they go?
Is it leaving in an hour?
Yeah.
I don't know. So then they're like, doors sealed. I'll call, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's ready. And then I hear the thing, flight attendants, unseal the doors.
No.
I'll call. I'm like, this is not good.
No.
And then they're like everyone's looking in the bathrooms, freaking out, or something's going on. Pilot comes on. Ladies and gentlemen, obviously there's something going on with the restrooms. Our water isn't working. The water in the restrooms is not working.
Oh my God.
We're going to have to get someone on and see if we can fix the water.
Oh.
So now I'm dead. I'm just dead at this point.
I can
can't
only imagine.
Can you imagine? So it's 7:30 and I can't even imagine I was like, and so now I'm really tracking the other flight. I'm like, if I got off that plane.
Right. And that took off.
And so then it says like, it didn't take, it took like 20 minutes to fix the bathroom. They're like, okay, here we go. We're leaving. I'm like, okay. So we left at like 8. Fine.
Okay.
And I'm checking the other plane and it said like boarding.
Okay.
Right. Boarding. And then right before we're on the tarmac, right before we're leaving, I'm checking. And then my first flight said, now departure 10:30 p.m.
Oh my goodness. Thank goodness.
10:30 p.m. And then I start getting all these vouchers. Like, so they clearly took you back to the thing. They're like, here's your meal voucher. Here's this or that. I'm like, thank God.
Yeah.
I'll get my luggage later.
Yeah, it's fine.
So great. I got the Charles de Gaulle, got this. So fine. I made it to, it's hard. Traveling by yourself is really hard.
It is.
I was giving Kenzie a lot of credit for doing it on the way there because it's a different language. I'm going through customs. I didn't know which terminal my connection was at because I changed to Air France for my connection to Marseille. It was crazy, but fine, get there. And so then when I get there, I'm like, my Wi-Fi kicks on and it's like, here's your voucher for an overnight hotel room. The first plane never left. They canceled it.
Oh my gosh.
And they put people up in hotels and transportation. I'm like, oh my God, I would have probably canceled my whole trip.
Right.
Because I wouldn't have made it in time to do
you wouldn't
anything.
have. Oh my gosh.
So I was so glad. By the way, I was thinking about the metaphor there, which you'll appreciate. Insider joke. Like when you get the gut instinct, just get off the plane. You got to know when to exit.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You got to know when the maintenance isn't going to go on. Like if they give you the opportunity to get on a different flight, follow that gut.
Yeah.
So I did. And then I finally got there and it was like, I'm in my all black, like pants and Lululemon stuff, and it's like 85 degrees in Marseille. And I've been up for, it's just, my room wasn't ready till 3. Anyway, whole ordeal. But I did make it. And I as much as, things happen on travel, right? We're in the travel season.
Right.
That Delta agent that stayed with me on the phone.
That's amazing.
This is why I'm a Delta diehard.
Yeah.
Now, things happen mechanically.
It's just amazing that
you can't blame them for that.
2 flights to France, like that's crazy.
But I just
did
couldn't
your
believe
luggage
it.
ever come?
Then let's see. What was I going to say? I want to say, just to circle back because I wrote this. It was 5 hours before I got a drink of water. I waited 5 hours for a drink of water, Sharon. From the time I boarded the first flight.
Oh my goodness!
I was like,
I was
guzzling
tracking that water.
Update. It's been 5 hours.
Just so everyone knows.
I was like, I will have a water with no ice and also a glass of wine.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
But it was a fine flight. So then let's see, I got to Paris and there's a whole ordeal when you travel. It's hard. Like then when you land in Paris, there's no gates. So you're walking up and down stairs and I barely made my connection through customs. But no, then I get there and I had no luggage, obviously. But my luggage got there the next day.
Okay.
Not until 5 o'clock the next day. So I went to H&M.
Okay.
Got a couple little dresses, some slippers that gave me horrible blisters. And then, of course, I'm packing this dress. And I did like self-checkout.
Yeah.
And everything's in French.
Right.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
Also, I hadn't slept in 24 hours.
Yeah.
I was...
You're like, this will do.
Oh, yeah. Kenzie put a picture on her Instagram of me having dinner that night. And I'm like, girl, I had not slept in 24 hours. And I was so tired. And she's like, you didn't eat that much. I'm like, I was going to die. Anyway, the next day I'm packing my suitcase and the freaking dress has the
security thing. Of course.
And I wore it because it was on the bottom. I wore it out.
Yeah, they don't. Whatever.
And of course I don't have a receipt. Anyway, whatever. I made it, that's about when you're traveling this summer, 'tis the season.
'Tis the season to be traveling.
And it was worth it.
Yeah.
It was worth it. I made it there. We had a great time. I was saying in Provence, they have these fountains, like everybody sits outside in these open air squares and there's beautiful fountains everywhere. And the fountains are like natural, right? From the springs. Right. And they're filling the buckets of rosé with the bottles and the buckets. They're chilled by the actual natural spring water from the fountains that is just like spilling over. I'm like, am I dead? This is heaven.
Is this real life? This is real life right now.
This is heaven.
You did go to Vouv. How was the tour?
Awesome. Oh my God. Did I take notes about that? Because the Vouv, we went on the Madame Clicquot. Mm-hmm. What an amazing story. She married into this family of champagne and then her husband passed away and she revolutionized champagne.
Wow.
Oh my God, I took a video, Sharon. I'll have to show you about how you're not supposed to. Apparently, you're not supposed to pop the bottle because they're like, that sound that pop. I'm always like, woo.
Yeah.
She's like, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to hold the cork and then you twist the bottle from underneath and then you just bend it and then it saves the bubbles.
Wow.
And so I'm like, maybe then I won't spray it all over myself like I did on the way home. By the way, on the way home, Kenzie and I both had a 2-seater row to ourselves, which was fantastic.
That is awesome.
She was in front of me and I was behind her. So I order a sparkling because I was like ready. I was drinking sparkling the whole time. I'm like, I need to keep the trend. I'll have a sparkling wine. They give me a little can, which is apparently frozen. Thank God no one was sitting next to me. I open the can. It spews everywhere. It spews on Kenzie and the row in front of me. I'm like, what true story?
It only happens to you.
What? And then I couldn't even.
Just getting showered by champagne.
It was like a drip.
Oh man!
In my glass. I'm like, also just take this back. I'll get something different. But the Veuve Clicquot was so amazing. And I was telling you, a couple of people I talked to, I'm like, I went to the Veuve Clicquot tour, and they were like, what's that? I'm like, I can't talk to you anymore.
Right? We can't be friends.
Where do I start?
Oh
but
man!
I bought. Did you see the 2 bags?
Yeah.
We had like to carry on. Kenzie's like, I had to carry your giant Veuve Clicquot bag. I bought everything.
I love it.
That wouldn't walk away.
Yeah.
In fact, I didn't buy everything. I wanted to buy everything. I love it so much. And the brand, the way they talked about marketing and branding, and they patented the label, the yellow label.
I love it.
Back in the day. I'll have to tell you offline some of the really cool stuff about how she revolutionized what's called the riddle table, where it used to be really murky and yeasty champagne.
Okay.
And really like you'd have to like drain it and then drain it again.
Yeah, sift through it.
And sift all the yeast out. And she revolutionized putting the yeast like upside down in the front and then they take it out. So now it's clear and beautiful. I mean, it was just a really wonderful story. So
that's incredible.
Indoctrinated Kenzie into Veuve Clicquot and then flew to Paris for a quick afternoon.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
And so cool to see all the Olympic stuff up.
Yes. I saw that on your pictures on the Eiffel Tower. Like that was awesome.
I have chills as we were talking about it. The Eiffel Tower with the Olympic rings, the rings had just been put up the day before.
That's amazing.
And then I took like tons of pictures of all the stadiums. The stadium, I walked 18,000 steps that day. Oof.
Yeah, that's right.
I was so tired when I got home, but totally worth it because we were at the Eiffel Tower and we walked all the way to the Louvre. And I just wanted to see all the stadiums so now when the events are happening,
you can actually say.
I'm telling you, hot teas, listen to me. If you can, get on a plane and go see some Olympic stuff.
Wow.
I was really mad that I wasn't there in July. I was like, it's one of those things you think, I could never do that.
Right.
I could never, that's wild. I could never go to, but you can get you can get tickets to the events. It's not that expensive, I don't think. There are tickets available for the public. Talk about a once in a lifetime.
That's amazing.
It was amazing. And the time we spent together was great. I was telling you, we only got into a couple of fights where like mother-daughter fights. Like, who's the mother here? I'm like, you've been here for 3 weeks. I thought you knew how to get around France. Which train are we on? I don't know. But that's cute. I feel like to be expected. So that's it. Also, in case you were wondering, we had a great flight home, but I learned something new.
Okay.
From the people that were sitting directly behind me. I learned the actual most annoying sound that you could ever hear on a plane, on a 7-hour and 40-minute flight. And it's not a baby crying.
Is it snoring?
Surprisingly enough. It's not snoring. It's someone shuffling a deck of cards.
Oh, yeah.
For 7 hours.
Oh, man.
Slap, slap, slap. I'm like, oh my God, are we really still doing this? And I had my noise canceling Bose headphones on.
And you heard it?
I was like, I'm going to lose it.
Yeah.
This is it. I've never experienced that sound before.
That's really annoying.
That long. I was like, can you really play cards that long?
Yeah.
Also, and at one point, the guy, like not in the middle row, but on there, I looked over and he's looking over like, what in God's name is that sound?
And like, do you really have, like you could shuffle it quietly in your hands.
Everyone was looking over like, really?
Really? That's really
People
annoying.
on planes, don't be that person.
Yeah.
Hot teas, don't be the person. But get on a plane.
Also, don't have Kristen sitting in front of you ever.
So you might get a little champagne shower.
Yeah.
I was like, can I get some extra napkins?
I'm sorry.
Kenji's like, what
Oh my God.
are you doing back there? I'm like, all I did was click the thing.
Right. They gave it to you frozen.
What? Anyway, so that's my trip in a nutshell.
I love
but
it.
it was amazing. And it was so fun to be there. A lot of people asked where we're from.
Really?
Yeah. Where are you from? The people, the Europeans always love to ask. And I'm like, New York. And they're like, oh, I love New York.
Aww.
It's so amazing. And then our Uber driver in Rams, which is actually just called Rems, on the way to VOOV, he was like, so New York City is so wonderful. And I'm like, yeah, actually, we're from Long Island.
Yeah.
And he's like, Long Island. He's never been to New York City, so he wouldn't know.
Right.
And I'm like, you've heard of the Hamptons? Have you heard? He goes, oh, the Hamptons.
Wow, that's
like,
funny.
Ooh.
Oh, that's so cute.
And VOOV Clicquot felt very Hamptonsy. It had the like yellow and white striped umbrellas and the outdoor patio.
So pretty.
I was like, I feel like I'm in the Hamptons right now.
I feel like you're home.
I felt like I was home.
Yeah.
This is my place.
This is where I belong.
So I want to thank you and the team for holding down the fort.
Of course.
And doing everything so I could have that great experience. But listen, it's a good reminder. I love my porch.
Yes.
It's hard to make those choices. It's hard to travel. It's hard to go through all that rigmarole.
Yeah. And for someone who you don't like to leave or go anywhere, like...
I mean, I'm in the travel business. Obviously, I love to travel when I'm there, but it's hard.
Yeah.
But it's so worth it. You've got to take that trip. So I was thinking about you.
Okay.
We're going to get your passport.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, as soon as I get back, priority number one, we are getting Sharon's passport.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
I know. It's just got to pull the trigger.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it at lunch one day.
Yeah.
We're going to go to CVS, pull the thing down, get your picture.
My little shot.
I know, but it's great to be home.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad. And it's been really good here, I think. Everybody's slamming along,
Yeah.
We had our event with HIA, which was at Hotel Indigo in Riverhead. Amazing
Perfect
event.
weather.
Perfect weather.
Thank you, Hotel Indigo, our board member, Kristen, and her cousin, Rob Salvatico, the Salvatico family. Wow. She went above and beyond. And HIA Ally.
I just love her because she doesn't care. She's like literally like obviously we get there early to set up and things like that. And she's, running around holding ladders, pulling cables. I'm like, girl.
She's no
she's
nonsense.
Like, no, I know where this
business.
needs to go, and I know it needs to happen. But she's awesome. The event was really incredibly attended. There was a ton of new people. I met so many new people.
We were originally expecting 100 people. We had like 300.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Sharon, I just got back from France the night before.
Yeah.
It was like 11 p.m. my time by the time that event ended, or France time, not my time, but the time I was on. And I had spoken to 300 people, felt like the entire time.
I know.
As we all did.
Well, and it's funny because we're trying to schedule welcoming remarks and who wants to take pictures with you. And I'm like, I feel like I was like your paparazzi, your bodyguard. I'm like,
I know. Thank you.
Pushing you along.
Thank
I'm
God.
like, go now. We got to talk. Now we got to take this person wants a picture. And it was
I know.
so funny.
You were so funny.
But everybody's like stopping you. And I'm like,
I know.
No, not now.
We were talking to this one person and he was like trying to tell me to come to his event or something and wanted my email. And I was like, Sharon's like, no, you stepped right in front of me. Like, no, you can have my email.
Yeah.
I'll do it. And he's like, you're a gatekeeper. And you're like, I sure am.
I sure am.
I know. I was like,
it was funny.
Love you, Sharon.
Yeah.
Thank you. But yeah, a lot of Long Island life. And speaking of the Hamptons.
Yes.
Our taste of Long Island today is all about the Hamptons, which is so perfect. I mean, I didn't know that when I was telling my story, but
yeah. So our taste of Long Island this week is we're soaking up the East End with a goodie bag from the friends at the Southampton Inn, and we are also throwing in our Monopoly game, Long Island themed, because the Hamptons edition, and Southampton Inn is featured on the board, which is so cool.
I love these Monopoly games that are like about where
themed,
where you live, the themed ones. They're so
awesome.
fun. I love it. You got to get the Hamptons edition Monopoly, and they're limited edition, I think. And so we had one of the original ones. So we're giving it to you, hot teas.
Hot teas, we're here for you. we're bringing the
Yours.
Hamptons to you. But yeah, so we have this little display here if you're watching on YouTube. But it's featuring Southampton Inn in Southampton Village. And we talked about them a couple episodes ago. It's a really incredible hotel. So
Yeah. They have a great restaurant. Funny, there's a little cat stuffed animal here because their restaurant is named after Claude the cat.
yeah, so cute.
Which is funny. That's like their theme, and their owner is a big cat lover. So thank you to the Southampton Inn, which is 90 guest rooms, all unique with decor and very comfortable, beautiful. And like we said last time, you get a free shuttle to Cooper's Beach.
Yes.
Which is the number 2 beach in the country, according to Dr. Beach.
Yep.
And you're right, walkable to Southampton Village, which has so much
I love the
great
Southampton
restaurants,
Village.
great shopping. Amazing. It's the perfect place to go.
It's very,
in the
you know,
Hamptons.
I know we keep saying it's very Norman Rockwell, but that Southampton Village is definitely the white picket
cute.
fences everywhere. It's beautiful.
All right. Well, thank you, Southampton Inn. And for more information or how to book your stay, visit southamptoninn.com. That is, once again, southamptoninn.com. And so look on our social for this giveaway, and you can win this really cute Monopoly game. Okay. So what else? Oh, you know what else? We announced at our event at the Hotel Indigo, because it happened literally that just a couple hours before Long Island Life, is the new service.
Yes.
JetBlue
coming to MacArthur Airport in Islip. I love this. They're going to be doing some incredible flights like to Fort Lauderdale and
Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, and Orlando. I think starting in October.
Yeah. So cool.
But they're doing like a really cool right now, direct from Long Island. They're doing a really cool giveaway for rock bottom prices. I want to say it was like $49.
Yeah.
Round trip or something crazy. So book your trip now, and you can book it for October.
I'm booking it.
I mean, that's a perfect time too to go to Florida.
Florida in October, I highly recommend.
Yeah.
And a lot of people who go to Disney, they say like October is a really good time to go because it's not as crowded.
Yeah.
Schools started back up.
Exactly.
And I went in October and it was really awesome.
Yeah. And then we're excited to welcome all of those Floridians, most of which are Long Island and New York expats.
Yes.
To take JetBlue back to Long
home.
Island.
Yeah.
Exactly. Come for the holidays, come see your family, come to our amazing villages that are like little Christmas snow globes.
I love it.
And you can go now with the comfort of JetBlue.
Perfect.
Wonderful. I mean,
news.
it's really, really exciting for all of Long Islanders to be able to, it's just a great airport. When you can fly out of Long Island MacArthur Airport and not have to trek an hour and a half, like I did, go 3 hours before for your flight.
To JFK during construction.
Then,
oh my
and
gosh.
then God forbid your flight's canceled or something, and then you got to drive. Like, what are you going to do?
That definitely happened to me last year when I went to DI. When you were talking about that, I was just thinking of that. Like, that's exactly what happened to me. Like, the vouchers were coming in, and then I missed the flight. Like, it was a nightmare.
You're having PTSD.
PTSD from this story.
So, that's really cool. Long Island news. What, any other like Long Island news going on?
It's National Fishing Day on June 18th.
I love it.
I love it. You can book a fishing expedition with Silly Lily Fishing Station in East Moriches, or if you just want to experience a day out on the Wawtah, experience a cruise with some of our favorite partners like Crosstown Ferry out of Orient Point.
Yeah.
And then we're going on the Tiki boat out of Oakdale tonight. Paddle Diva in East Hampton, or there's Stony Brook Harbor Kayak and Paddleboard rentals in Stony Brook.
Easy Breezy Cruises in Montauk. And Onda Cruises in Northport. There's a lot of ways to get in the water. Speaking of fishing, my dad's coming. Did I tell you?
You did in passing. So I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, people that listen to the pod know that my dad is a total character. And when he comes, everybody on Long Island knows about it.
Yep.
Because he's everywhere. So he's coming on the 28th. And so then we're going to go see Willie Nelson
I'm so
at
jealous.
Jones Beach Theater on the 29th.
Jealous.
Jones Beach Theater, by the way, best lineup I think I've ever seen.
Right? And they keep adding to it.
It's because they just did a bunch of, there's still renovations coming, but they did a lot of renovations to the Jones Beach Theater, which is like an amphitheater right on the water. If you have not seen a show at Jones Beach, you have not lived.
I'm so jealous that you're going to Willie, but I think I'm going to book tickets to Imagine Dragons.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Right?
I think at a venue, an outdoor venue like that is going to be so great. There's so many good shows this year. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Way to bring it, Jones Beach. So it's Willie Nelson and Bob Dylan and Robert
Outlaw.
Plant. Yeah, like that. I would never go to that probably.
Really?
I would
grew
not.
up listening to all of them, so I'm jealous.
My dad is a huge Willie fan. He went to his 90th birthday at the Hollywood Bowl.
Love that.
Oh, he's like a crazy Willie Nelson
so
fan.
cute.
And so
is everybody going, or is just you and
so no, me and my dad and Thomas and Kenzie's going to be our designated driver.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I love that.
Speaking of Thomas, it was his birthday yesterday.
I know. Happy birthday, Thomas.
He's so cute. But funny about your souvenir, because everything was like wrapped in these lovely, beautiful packages. You're already, I'm the worst at gift giving. You're already laughing. You don't even know this story, and you know it's bad.
I know. I just I could probably tell you what happened.
So first of all, I get home because I had a board meeting, and I'm rushing home, and I'm still jet lagged, still tired, not feeling great. But we were going to dinner.
Yeah,
the family favorite restaurant. And I get home and Thomas is like, "Hey, I have a gift for you."
Oh,
on his birthday, he got me these Tom slippers that I've been wanting.
I love it,
and they just happened to come in.
That is
I'm like,
so cute.
Can you please save these for like my birthday or not your birthday? He's like, "No, I want you to have them." I'm like, "Oh my God, you're so sweet."
So cute.
So then I have his presents wrapped up, and I had gotten him 2 different kinds of cologne.
I love that
because I wasn't sure which one I liked, because it's the home of perfume, right? So I got him 2 different kinds of cologne because he needed some cologne, and so he opens the first one at the table at the restaurant, and it's these lavender bath salts that I got from my mom. And I'm like, "Oh my God, that's the wrong present. Give it to me. That's not for you." He's like, "This is not my present." He's like, "What if I want these?" I'm like, No,
not allowed.
And then I had to like go through my suitcase when I got home. I'm like, "Here's your actual." He opened one present at dinner, but I'm like, "How does this?" My kids are just looking at me like,
I love that they were all wrapped and stuff.
they're beautiful.
Yeah.
And I didn't know. I forgot what I bought. It was days ago. And I was
this
like,
looks like cologne.
I was as Ben Affleck would say, I was in a fever dream. I had no idea what was going on. So I'm like, I'm sure it's fine. I was throwing it in the thing.
That is so funny.
And then I realized last night at dinner, I'm like, oh, I have souvenirs for a lot of other people. I haven't unpacked my backpack. And then I was like, oh, I thought about it. I'm going to give Sharon her souvenir on the pod.
And here we are.
And then I looked at you and I'm talking about it. I'm like, oh,
right.
I'll give it to you later.
That's so funny.
Anticlimactic.
You are too funny.
I'm the worst. The thought is there.
Yeah, it's
like
there.
I was thinking of you when I was there.
I love that. Thank you.
Oh, missing you. I'm like, I'm gonna get you your passport. So a couple things because we're kind of getting low because I've been blabbing the whole time. This weekend, there's some cool stuff going on.
Yeah. So Friday, June 21st, and all weekend, Midsummer Nights at Old Westbury Gardens. And then it's Community Day, Savor the Summer at Parish Art Museum.
So, honestly, and then next weekend, I'm going to go to the Hamptons Interactive Brunch.
You're going? I'm glad.
It's
yeah.
Everly's birthday.
Yes, it's Evie's birthday.
But I'm excited.
Yeah. Who's going with you?
Thomas.
Good. Fantastic.
Yeah. Kenzie's
that's
very
awesome.
upset. She's like, why would you take him? I want to go. I'm like, you need to go to work and earn some money.
Sorry.
I've seen your bank account. It's not good.
And also during that day is the Saturday the 22nd when the Hamptons brunch is also the 2nd annual North Fork Pride in Greenport.
Oh yes,
we were talking about that.
Yes, we were trying to go this year. We wanted Lily, our mobile visitor center, to be in the parade.
Yes,
I just got too busy. That's on me. I meant to love you guys, Robert and David from the LGBTQ. We support you. I didn't have a chance.
Right. Time just flies. Like that's why I was like, I can't believe it's here already. And then also New York State Parks Recreation and Historic Preservation is Centennial Celebration, 100 years of Long Island parks through the decades at Heckscher State Park.
Love that we're celebrating Long Island state parks, New York state parks.
Yes.
But especially the ones on Long Island, their 100th year anniversary is so awesome. We were saying something in our meetings, We're going, we'll talk about something. I forgot what it was. I was like, remember we were like, we'll definitely talk about it on the pod.
Gatsby?
Today. No. Anyway, we already forgot. This is what happens if you don't write down. Okay. Anything else from like Long Island life? Because I have a little bit of
No, that's it.
Celebrity. Okay. First of all, I love talking about the new Broadway shows, and we were talking about the Gatsby show, which I'm dying to go see. Tegan went and saw it on Broadway.
There's 2 versions.
No, I don't think
two
so.
separate Gatsby shows?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's the same one.
Okay.
It's called The Great Gatsby, I think. And for those of you that don't know, 2025 is the anniversary of The Great Gatsby. So we are gearing up for all of that. But there's a new one called Hello, I'm Dolly.
About Dolly Parton?
Yes.
I love that.
You heard it, the tea here first.
I love this.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
I thought you would like that. Other really big news as we approach 4th of July.
Yes.
Did you hear that Joey Jaws Chestnuts, the hot dog eater champion, the world champion?
Chestnut. Yeah, I saw that this morning. That's crazy.
He apparently signed a deal with a vegan brand or something, a different brand. So he can't be in the competition.
So he cannot. He's banned from the competition. However, did you hear that he and his rival are doing a Netflix
what?
movie?
Oh, so I can't watch it. I'm telling you right now.
No, like just talking about it makes me want to.
My gag reflex just like through the roof.
Yeah, 100%. 100. I mean, like they show it a little bit on.
I can't,
and I'm like, no.
I can't. So I love the intro because like this is again what we take for granted. Like I've watched this your whole life. Everyone from America watches the hot dog eating contest, but it's right here. It's at Coney Island.
Yeah.
Nathan's Hot Dog.
Yep.
It's at Coney Island. It's awesome.
It's the original Nathan's.
And it's so great. And it's right here. It's like we can all go to it if we want to. We just go.
You just go.
But so I watch it and I'm like, I love the intro.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to get the MC for our gala one year. Remember that?
Yes.
I love the MC and the intro and all the descriptions. But the second they start dipping their stuff in water and shoving, I'm like, oh. I'm like, I can't even look.
And they just start.
And it's all the stuff's falling out of their mouths. I'm like,
no.
Oh.
Nope.
So anyway, listen, Joey Chestnut, you got to get paid.
Gotta get paid. Good luck on Netflix.
Yeah.
You know?
Good luck. I mean,
they
put their bodies through. What do you think Catherine Kennedy would say about that?
Right? Oh, I wonder what she would say about that.
Catherine.
Hot dogs.
Shoving 62 hot dogs.
Oh, gross.
Oh, dear God.
What blows my mind and really like, I can't believe that he's not, like he's this tiny little guy.
They all are.
It's so
all these
crazy.
professional eaters.
That's what we were talking about this morning. Like, they're all like tiny.
Yeah. I don't know why. They're athletes.
I guess.
I don't know. Also, did you hear that Jennifer Aniston is launching a children's book series?
No.
Oh, there was something else I was going to tell you too. Jennifer, she will soon become a children's author. The Friend Star 55 has 4-book deal with HarperCollins for, I don't know what they're talking about. The first book called Clidio. I'm not even joking. I'm telling you, it's Clydio, Clydeo. I told you I'd have you laughing by the end of this podcast. My goal is to make Sharon happy. We'll say Clydio, just because I can't say the other one again. Clydio takes a bite out of life. Okay, so read on yourself. For more information. Okay, so I'm crying now.
I'm crying.
So clearly I didn't read that article before. In full before I brought it to the pod.
So funny.
We're crying laughing. One more thing. This is more like anxiety.
Yeah.
Did you hear? This is also why I don't leave my front porch because I hate people.
Okay. Same, actually.
I'm like, I saw this meme and it was like an escalator and in the middle of the escalator going up and down, there's like the metal part and there was a sign that had like no people and it had like an X around people.
Yes.
And someone's like, I've never wanted to steal a sign more in my life. Like, no. Anyway, this is why I hate people. Did you hear someone is suing Cold Stone Creamery?
For what?
Because the pistachio flavor doesn't have pistachios.
I don't understand the world we live in. Are you serious? You're going to go through that?
It doesn't say it has pistachios, nor does it show it has pistachios anywhere in the advertising. But this is enraging, right? So it said like she's suing because of deceptive marketing tactics.
Wow.
That defies reasonable customers' expectations after naming ice cream flavors like pistachio, mango, coconut, and orange sorbet, despite the fact the product does not contain these specified ingredients. $5 million.
Do you think she's going to win?
No, I don't think so. They've tried to do this with other food products,
Yeah, I
guess.
remember, like-
But she won't win. But what'll happen is they'll settle.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll settle. the judge let it go to trial or let it go forward.
Wrong. I'm just going to start suing companies.
Well, that's what people do. She went and got ice cream and it's pistachio. I mean, any ice cream could say that flavor. It's just, I hate people.
I know.
Like, why do you got to do that? This is why things cost more.
Right.
These companies have to now settle lawsuits. And that's why when we go to get ice cream, we're going to pay more so that this lady can have some stupid lawsuit.
It's unbelievable.
And but I should have left with the Jennifer Aniston because that was more of a light note. I didn't mean to take us down with the Cold Stone Creamery, but I'm like, as we're in the ice cream season, people just eat your ice cream.
Right. Enjoy it.
And know that it's flavored ice cream. Just stop it.
You know what I used to love about Baskin Robbins is the bubblegum flavor because they actually had little pieces of bubblegum in there.
Do you know that's my birthday month? They only have it in July.
Just like Fudgy the Whale is only in June for Father's Day, right?
No, I get Fudgy the Whale all the time.
Okay. I'm making it up.
Oh, but I think you buy it for Father's Day, right? That's a tradition for sure. But I was like, no, but they only have bubblegum ice cream in July. So my whole life, like Baskin Robbins is like... Yeah. Baskin Robbins is to the South in Texas and to what Carvel is to Long Island.
Okay.
So it's like everybody goes there.
Yeah.
31 flavors.
I love it.
Anyway, so that was a chock full episode.
Sure
I will
was.
say. I think we turned Sharon's frown upside down.
Yes, you did. Thank you, Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll read what that book's about.
Yeah.
Who knows? It takes a bite. I don't know what that means. Hot Teas, we appreciate you so much. Thanks for tuning in week after week. Hope you have a great summer. Make sure you follow our blogs.
Our social to win this giveaway.
Exactly. And make sure you leave us 5 stars. And tune in next week because the fun won't stop.
Don't stop. See you next week.
See you then.
The Long Island Tea Podcast is brought to you by Discover Long Island. For exclusive access to contests and promotions, follow Long Island Tea Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And for questions, comments, and collaborative inquiries, email spillthetea@discoverlongisland.com.